And greetings to everybody. We're back.
Once again.
Welcome from the Emerald Park PCB Resort Living Studios. We're in air conditioning.
Finally. You don't see the bear cave behind us yet.
We're working on it. It's going to be, for some, not a challenge. For me, a challenge. So we're going to green screen it somehow and get the bear cave back behind us. But we're actually in air conditioning, and it's wonderful.
And you don't hear the roar of fans behind us. And when I say fans, I don't mean people who enjoy our show. I mean actual fans.
The only thing I don't like is these chairs too much, but can't have everything.
Well, once we hit the big time, we can afford better chairs.
Yeah, we'll do it. Beach Bums Media is proud to present In the Bear Cave with Rob and Ashley. He's just plain Rob from The Stark Naked Truth, and I'm Ashley. You can follow us on Twitter at Bums Media, Instagram at Beach Bums Media, or search us In the Bear Cave with Rob and Ashley on Facebook, most major podcast platforms, and on YouTube. Rob's email is robspcbums@gmail.com, and you can reach me at beachbumsmedia@gmail.com. And our studio line is up and running 24/7, 850-588-9275. If you'd like to pass along any stories, comments, or anything like that, we'd love to hear it. Please make sure you give us your name and number because we may need to call you back, or we just want to chit-chat with you. And as always, our bumper music, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
Provided by bensound.com. Well, we're back after a long hiatus.
Yeah, it's been right at 2 years since it's been a year since I came back from Indiana, so it's been right at 2 years. We tried to do it remotely while I was up in Indiana logistically, and scheduling was just a nightmare, so we just decided,
hard to do, then I took that long road trip.
Right,
and it was, when you go take a family across country in an RV, set up, tear down is just as cumbersome as it sounds. So when you drive 7 hours, you park, you get your camp set up, you eat, you go to sleep, you get up, tear it down, drain your tanks, get on the road.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, especially when you've got places you need to be in a small itinerary. So.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're hopefully this keep going for a while. We did get together last week and we tried, but I had an audio problem and I just couldn't get it to work out. So here we are. We're going to see if this works.
Well, it was kind of a dry run for Ashley to relearn how to set up all the equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something that even though I have a background in all this stuff, I don't know how he had this set up. So
there's a lot of wires.
Yeah, there's some spaghetti in front of us.
You can't see them, but trust me, there's a lot there.
And so we did that, and we also did a run through to make sure that the camera worked and that the audio recording worked, and some other news things that we have coming or are here worked. And so it's a work in progress, but it's going to be better than what it was eventually. So just bear with us.
Give us some time.
Hey, Ashley and me have not changed anything but our underwear. One time, I happened to be in the grocery outlet, and things that you learn in your older age: never waste and never trust a fart.
Yeah, that's right.
And I trusted that fart, and I was betrayed.
There you go. Back when I was driving, I caught a storm and got soaked to the bone. And I'm talking, things were sticking to where things don't need to stick. And driving down the road, and there was one of the last Kmart's in America was sitting over the top of this hill. Haynes and Kmart were my friend that day, because I went and made my purchase and said, "Excuse me, man, where's the restroom?"
I have not thrown a pair of underwear away since I was in my probably 8.
I had to get some fresh clean on. Well, we are in July. This is actually, we're recording this on July the 3rd, so happy 4th to you all. I hope it's safe. Don't blow your fingers off. This will be up probably on Friday morning, which is normal for our schedule. But I did find some interesting facts you may need to know about it. I don't know. Lying between June and August, July is the 7th month of the Georgian calendar. It's also a great point to start working on those New Year's resolutions that you've been putting off years half over.
I usually look back and go, yeah, I remember when I resolved to do that. Oh, well.
July was named after the famous Roman general Julius Caesar by the Roman Senate, as it was the month he was born in. Julius Caesar was a formidable military general and statesman who was largely responsible for changing the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire. The month was previously called Quintilis, which is Latin for fifth, as it was the 5th month of the 10-month-long ancient Roman calendar.
And they figured that something was wrong when winter started coming in around July.
Yeah.
Like, wait, 10 months, I think we need to adjust something here.
This is useless trivia, folks. July isn't just the month for Independence Day. There are plenty of other great holidays observed. July 2nd is World UFO Day. Did not know that.
Did not know that.
While July 3rd is Stay Out of the Sun Day. Stay Out of the Sun Day, not to be confused with Sunday. In the U.S., July 6th is a pretty delicious day, as it's National Fried Chicken Day. And at the end of the month, we have International Tiger Day, National Watermelon Month, National Hot Dog Month, and National Ice Cream Month. I say, bring on the goodies.
Yeah. Of course, tomorrow's the big Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest in Jersey on the boardwalk.
Didn't one of the contestants that was always in that have to retire from eating for health reasons?
I really didn't pay attention to the story this morning, but I know he's not going to be
He's
there.
not gonna
Maybe
be-
that's the reason.
I think
Yeah.
for health.
Yeah, it could be. And why is it all these skinny little people that win that contest? You think it'd be like, Shamu Joe.
Because
who's up there.
they fasted for a week.
Well, yeah, but remember that a couple of years ago there was this little Asian girl. I mean, when I say little, I mean short and very slight. And that girl was putting down those hot dogs like nobody's business. And I'm thinking, she's not having a problem getting a date.
It's how much you soak that bun in that
water. I guess. But yeah, you would think it'd be these big guys that win these things. But no, it's all these skinny folk.
More power to you.
Yeah.
I'm good for 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be going to the grocery outlet afterwards either.
Nope. Anyway, you all know what the premise of our show is. And now,
I'm just waiting because I never know what he's bringing up.
Nope.
So I'm
this
anticipating.
is the best part of the show. Well, that and the last segment.
Yeah.
This is from Evansham Township, New Jersey. A bomb threat at a Burlington County Walgreens prompted authorities to evacuate and close several businesses Thursday while police investigated. Police in Evesham said officers were called to the Walgreens shortly after 11:30 after a person contacted the business said an explosive device was inside the store. When officers arrived, they evacuated the store, and Business Route 73 was closed to its proximity to the store. So a lot of disruption going on.
Yeah.
The building was searched by officers and a police canine from the local sheriff. No explosives were found. Following an investigation, police said the threat was one of 6 received by Walgreens stores in South Jersey and 20 received at stores nationwide. Somebody doesn't like
Walgreens. Yeah. Well, it's because they got everything locked up now, I guess.
Well,
I just wanted some toothpaste.
What's in toothpaste that makes it so expensive?
It was, all all the shoplifting. Now, still don't understand. I know they're expensive, but razor blades, they started locking up razor blades long time ago because they're so expensive.
Since I retired, I do work part-time.
Yeah.
At a big box retailer, and there's product that's locked up, and when a customer needs it, then I'll get it out of the cage and I have to walk it to the register.
You have to personally walk it. You can't hand it to
walk it up to it.
What kind of products do you have? Are you selling, like the copper wire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
copper wire.
I was thinking maybe some C4. Could I? You got some C4 back there?
I'll take that on your own.
Ashley, C4 on aisle 7.
And this came from Philadelphia. I don't know how old this story is, but this still could be going on. A Philadelphia woman is facing felony charges in Florida after investigators say she stole COVID-19 relief checks and went on a shopping spree. Court documents obtained said that somebody named Stebbins Parker created a City of Weston LLC bank account in Georgia so she could deposit the funds back in 2021.
Well, didn't we all kind of steal government funds and go on a shopping spree during COVID?
Well, not 180,000.
No, not quite that much, no.
A check was issued on February the 12th by the Broward County Board of County Commissioners and was later mailed to Weston City Hall at Royal Palm Boulevard. The money was allocated through the Federal CARES Act. The money was deposited March 15th into a Bank of America account in Sandy Springs, Georgia, under the name City of Weston LLC. The account was opened up on March 12th, 3 days before the check got there. Smart move.
Yeah.
The days before the funds were deposited, Ms. Parker is accused of filling a fraudulent certificate of organization with the state of Georgia for the City of Weston. The address on the account was the legal address of the Weston City Hall in Florida, and documents say Ms. Parker was listed as a registered agent and organizer with addresses in Atlanta and Philadelphia. How come if the bank is doing documents for a City of Weston in Florida, and she's in Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is north of Atlanta. It's in the Atlanta metro area.
Right.
Wouldn't that raise a red flag already?
Well, there were so many red flags here. I mean, who does their due diligence anymore about, like you said, the bank, the state, the federal government, everybody shouldn't have said, let's look into this one before we actually give them $180,000.
Anyway, on March the 30th, she allegedly spent $6,250 on a Brazilian butt lift at a Miramar Plastic Surgery Center in Broward County using the stolen funds. Police say she went on...
That's why I'd steal funds. You know what? I really need me a Brazilian butt lift.
She also went on several plane trips, booked motel rooms, went on luxury shopping sprees, and sent thousands of dollars to several people named in the arrest warrant. Total estimate lost to the Bank of America was $131,888.22. Now,
see, this isn't Bob's Bank down the street. This is Bank of America. This is at this point, international banking institution. So that's why I say, why wasn't somebody doing some due diligence and some oversight here?
And if she kept any of the money, she could get out of the Broward County Jail on her $200,000 bail.
Well, and bless her heart, she was spreading the money around.
She spread it around to a lot of people.
Gave it to some folks, and so.
Yeah. If I'm going down, you're going down with me.
No, I was just helping my Aunt Edna. She needed groceries that week.
Well, this is an interesting story. After decades of gambling at casinos across the country, winning, losing, Denise Elza says she finally hit the mother lode. A $127,000 jackpot at a progressive blackjack table at Detroit's MGM Grand.
I've read that story.
She screamed, the gambler seated next to her high-fived her, onlookers cheered, the dealer congratulated her. Then came the buzzkill. The casino didn't pay her.
Why did the casino not pay her?
Well, as it goes on, she walked out 3 out of there penniless, who spent months trying to collect her winnings to no avail, so she had to sue. It's classic David versus Goliath. The lawsuit stems from an incident that occurred on October 30th when Ezel and Fran ventured over to MGM to try their luck at the tables. Ezel wound up winning the jackpot on a side bet playing progressive blackjack. But according to her lawsuit, after making her big win, MGM told her that she was trespassing and refused to pay her.
Yeah, I do remember that part, that, yeah, she didn't get her money because she had been trespassed previously for winning money.
She had no clue what they were talking about.
Yeah. So here's the moral of the story. Stay away from the MGM Grand in Detroit, Michigan. Jeez. Or, at this point, the MGM Grand period, even in Vegas, because, hey, they always say the odds are stacked against the house, but that's some stacking some odds right there.
Stacking. According to Ezel, a pit boss explained to her that the trespassing allegation stemmed from a 2015 incident when the casino accused her of panhandling and ordered her out of the building. Casinos do not forget.
They don't want to pay up. I mean, you hear all these things about, I get free drinks and I get free room. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're taking your money downstairs.
Yep.
And if you do win a huge jackpot, take good luck getting it back, because it ain't, or not getting it back, but getting it at all. Now, this lady gambled for how many years?
Several years.
And she finally won a $127,000 jackpot.
Yep.
How much had she spent over several years?
No telling.
Trying to win.
No telling. No, it doesn't, actually, the story doesn't say, but she spent. It's kind of like people here in Florida, we have those lottery scratchers.
Right.
Everybody's going, hey man, I won $50. Hey, congratulations, what'd you spend?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a $20 ticket. Well, no. What total?
Yeah, how many times did you buy a $20 ticket before you won $50?
So, anyway, it adds up. Residents of a Connecticut neighborhood are dealing with a stinky situation after a manure truck rolled over and collided with a car and spilled its odorous cargo.
I thought maybe they'd stop by the grocery outlet after I was there.
A resident whose house is located at the intersection of Deerfield and Bremen and says she heard the sound of the crash and rushed to investigate. She discovered a manure truck had rolled over and struck her neighbor's car, causing it to spray manure in her yard and a neighbor's yard and their homes. It was like literally a waterfall of brown.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we could see the sewer come out of the truck, and when the petrol was coming out of the top, it was just flooded down all over our property.
I'm glad this is on video, because you can see the look on my face. I got a strong stomach, but just that visual just made me go,
The trucking company was on the scene with the team Wednesday to help do the cleanup, and they said, we're going to go down 3 or 4 inches to make sure that nothing seeped beyond that. We'll be coming back tomorrow with fresh material, seed and replace everything that got dug up today.
See, that's one of those. If I'm one of those employees, that's one of those days ago, I quit.
Yep.
I'm
not feeling too good today, sir.
I'm done. I got a job offer with the sewer company, and they're a lot better than this.
Can you imagine? It's a very important job if you think about it. I just can't picture myself calling my mom up and say, hey, Mom, I got a new job today. What are you doing, son? Congratulations. Well, I'm driving a sewer truck. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I just don't say it.
Yeah, if I can move that manure like anybody can, I do. Mom always said, if you're going to be a manure mover, you be the best manure mover you can be, baby.
That's right.
Don't hit no parked cars and dump them all.
Slow down at the left turn and right turns. Another lottery story. A Tennessee father and son duo vowed they'd be eating like kings after they won $1 million on a $20 scratch-off. Once again, don't know how much they spent, but they won $1 million.
That's hard to spend $1 million on $20 scratch.
Anyway, a guy named Jody, who refused to give his last name, smart move, chose, his father purchased a $1 million Casino Nights Kentucky lottery scratcher at a gas station. After purchasing the ticket, Jody's father, whose name wasn't revealed, couldn't wait to play and began scratching the ticket right there at the market on the counter. I said to the clerk, if I hit this $1 million, I ain't never going to eat bologna again. He won $1 million.
All right. Okay. There's a caveat. There's a but coming.
He went, you'll never believe what I just did. And I said, what? He said, we just won $100,000. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, right, I don't believe you. Jody's father then hightailed it over to his son's home, where the two planned on driving to Kentucky Lottery headquarters the following Monday and discuss how they would claim the prize. The father and son teamed to ride at the headquarters and opted for the lump sum of $700,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Large lotto winners can choose between this or the
installments, right.
I think it's whatever your tax situation is.
Right.
But while at the headquarters to claim their prize, finding out they had won the life-changing amount didn't stop the father from performing chores around the house. Jody's father shared that he will hopped on his lawnmower and mowed his yard while they were waiting over the weekend to cash in the ticket. Jody shared the duo planned to invest their new money after paying off all their bills. Houses are paid off, cars are paid off. We will be bill-free probably next week. You become debt-free and you don't have any bills since the father and son opted for the lump sum. They took $504,000 after taxes. The gas station where the lucky ticket was bought also will receive a check for $7,000. They won big, and that's no baloney.
So they did. This is not they lost the ticket or anything. They actually won.
They won it.
Well, that's a good news lottery story.
They're not going to eat bologna.
Well, hey, believe me, after eating so much bologna as a kid, I don't blame you at all. I try my best not to eat bologna to this day in my life. But good on those guys. It's good to hear a happy, because you hear about I won the lottery and they didn't give me my stuff, or I won the lottery and I accidentally lost the ticket in the laundry, or I won the lottery and
I told my cousin, and I have 15 other cousins.
Yeah, and the whole world came at my doorstep. So no, that's a good.
Yep, that's a good story.
That's good news. Tell me something good. All
right, and now we're going to start a new segment of the show. Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Party time, country style.
I love this resort living.
Yeah.
And moving on to a new segment that we're going to try out here on the show. It's going to be a short and sweet political news and equal opportunity offenders, brought to you by the Stark Naked Truth.
The Stark Naked Truth is a podcast that I started several years ago, and it is politically oriented. Pardon me, somebody is calling me, whom I do not want to speak to because I don't recognize their number. But anyway, yeah, it is a bit more politically, not a bit more, a lot more politically oriented. But anyway, so we thought, or at least I thought, let's take some politics and let's look at the absurd side of politics. On both sides of the aisle, not just one.
Got to pick on both.
You've got equal opportunity employers or offenders, because there is as much stupidity on one side of the aisle as there is on the other. Now, I told Ashley, I said, there was a little debate last week. I'm not really going to touch on that. That is still playing out as it's going to play out, and again, stupidity on both sides. That's all I'm going to say about that, as far as the commentary and the aftermath. Now, I will have to say this is a bit more conservative leaning because, but I also know a lot of liberal Democrats who think this particular person is crazy. AOC.
They're both crazy.
Yeah.
They both have their own set of facts.
AOC is probably the epitome of crazy. There's a Supreme Court decision yesterday, which we'll go into, had to do with presidential immunity. Moments after this decision came out, and I mean literal moments, she was on the steps of someplace decrying that the Supreme Court has run amok, and this is the ultimate threat to our democracy. And I will be bringing articles of impeachment against the Supreme Court. Well, even liberals, even Democrats, looked at her and went, "Shut up. You used to be a bartender. You are not a member of the bar. You are not a constitutional scholar."
She was a bartender, so she...
Right,
but not that kind
law
of...
at the bar.
Oh,
yeah, okay. No, the reason
I'm sorry, that's...
and it's nothing necessarily against AOC, but you hear so much about, okay, a threat against our democracy, and you hear that on one side and the other. Look, we are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic, which is why our government is set up the way it is. Checks and balances, 3 branches of government. A true democracy is one man, one vote. That's it. And those usually fail within 250 to 300 years. Our framers, our founders on both sides of the aisle again, knew that, and that's why they set up our government the way it is set up. A constitutional republic, a representative republic. So that is my civics lesson and government lesson for today. We are not a democracy. We never have been a democracy. We are a representative constitutional republic. Thank you very much. Amen.
I saw and this will be it, I saw a cartooniture of the founding fathers gathered around the table, you know. No, we're not going to put a place down here at the bottom for comments.
Yeah.
I saw that and I went, you know what? Dead on.
Yeah, everybody's making way too many comments today, please. Can I vote shut up?
Yeah. I thought of this the other day and I was talking to Dee about it. You remember the movie Brewster's Millions or something?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Vote for none of the above.
Yes.
That was his platform. And you know what? I think he's onto something.
Yeah. That's kind of what they did in the northern tier states when, within the primaries was none of the above.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Y'all to keep an eye out for the Stark Naked Truth on Facebook, and we will try to keep y'all informed here as well.
And if you don't watch it and come off angry at some point, then I'm not doing my job.
And now, the stories you're about to hear are true. The names have not been changed, and the persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. It's time for Idiots in Jail.
And this is coffee, by the way, just making let y'all know.
After matching with a man on a dating app, an Iowa woman exchanged texts with him before arranging to meet in person at her residence. Red flag.
Yeah.
But when Samya Thomas got cold feet, she dialed 911 in a remarkable harebrained bid to avoid an actual interaction. As detailed in a criminal complaint, Thomas, who lives in an Iowa City suburb, called the police to report that her abusive ex-boyfriend had shown up outside her residence and was sending her threats via Snapchat to hit, punch, kick, and stab her. Thomas claimed that she has known the man for 2 years and that she was pregnant with his baby. Officers responding to Thomas's residence encountered a male leaving the scene and began an in-depth investigation about the reports that were being made. The man who was detained by police explained that he began speaking with Thomas just over a week ago on the dating app and provided text messages that showed he was being honest and he really did just meet this female. After multiple interviews with police, Thomas admitted she had been lying, claiming she got cold feet on meeting him and no longer wanted to. So she fabricated her tales of abuse because she didn't think officers would help, so she made up the call and the events that she said or that she described. After being read her rights, the cops explained that she pulled the 911 gambit because she didn't want the male here and felt that they would not do anything if she just called and said, I don't want to go on my front porch.
You want to just call him and say, hey, I can't make it tonight. Sorry.
She was arrested for placing a false 911, making a fake report of an indictable offense. Both are misdemeanors. Thomas was released from the county jail earlier following her initial court appearance.
Does she have a psychiatric review?
I'm sure that she has to have some kind of, I would think no contact with dating sites.
Yeah, no dating sites or men in general.
Yeah.
I used to be on dating sites, and I would arrange to meet, usually after several conversations. As you know, you play it safe. You never know who you're going to run into.
You never know who you're going to hook up with.
And it would always be in a public place. That, again, like you said, red flag. It was always meet in a public place.
Absolutely.
Rule number one.
Yeah.
But there was always the chance, and not just on the other person's part, but even on my part, where I thought, you know what, I'm not feeling good about this. I appreciate you talking. I hope we can stay friends, but let's just let's forego
Don't call
this.
the cops. Go. There's an axe murder on my front porch.
I didn't text them back and say, hey, by the way, I called 911. FBI's on your way.
Yeah.
On their way to your place.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Bye-bye now. Now, I did have one. I don't know if I ever told you this when I was in Montana. I was on Match.com at the time, and yes, I will mention the name because people get hacked on this particular website, dating site. So I wake up one morning, and I got a message on my dating site, and it happens to be from a gentleman in California. And it's giving me, hey, how are you doing? You're a very attractive guy, and I'm like, so I'm texting him back, and I said, well, thank you very much. I'm very flattered, but I think you might be mistaken. I am not heterosexual, or I'm not homosexual. But thank you so much. I'll take the compliments from wherever I can get them, and I appreciate it. Have a great day, and I hope you find what you're looking for and who you're looking for. And then all of a sudden I get another message, and it's from another guy. And I went, what is going on here? So I went into my profile, and somebody had hacked my account. And suddenly, I was not a 5'6" operations manager morning radio guy from Helena, Montana. I was a 6'1" medical doctor from Los Angeles, and all of a sudden, I am looking for other men. And I looked at this, and this is like,
I've known you for how long on this firm?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, serious. Here I am doing a morning show, and this is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm waking up to this because I got to be on the radio at 5:30 in the morning. So I'm waking up, I'm looking at this, I'm groggy-eyed, I'm like, what is going on here? And I just went, you think coffee will wake you up? That'll wake you up. And I just went, no. I'm like, no. And
Back when Craigslist was big, one of my family members had a situation, and all of a sudden her phone's blowing up all day long. I didn't know how much they wanted for the sheep.
Oh, wow. You see that building over there? They don't call me Seamus the building builder. No.
It was bad. I tell you.
Well, I had to go to all these guys and say, thank you for your message.
I would have deleted my stuff.
I was polite. Thank you for your message. I'm very flattered. My boat don't row to that shore.
I was hacked.
I was hacked. I am a flaming heterosexual. I am a male lesbian. Thank you very much for your attention.
On that note, a kilt-wearing Texas man
Seamus.
pleaded guilty to taking merchandise from an antique store and shoving the items up his
kilt.
Okay, we'll go with that before we turn them to the display.
Oh!
A 60-year-old man occupied a cop to the criminal mischief in conjunction with vile incidents earlier this year at shops in Spring and Houston suburbs. As part of the deal, the 6'6", 250-pound vested was sentenced in Harris County to 12 months probation. Mr. Vest is a first-time offender, and if he successfully completes the probationary term, the misdemeanor conviction could be wiped from his record.
What are you wearing under that kilt? We set a bagpipes to that.
According to the police, Mr. Vest visited one store and placed a makeup brush and a restoration hardware piece in his anus area before putting them back on the shelf for display. The owner of the second business, the Curiosity Shop, this even gets better and better, told the cops Vest took an antique bottle opener and a tobacco tint can and placed them in his rectum area under his green skirt kilt, then returned the items to the shelf.
Okay, this either has to be a real sick individual or he won a big bet or lost a dare.
I don't know. It just says in both instances the soiled merchandise valued at a combined $204,000 had to be thrown away.
$204,000.
No, $204. Excuse me.
I was going to say,
Thrown away due to feces. Since his arrest, Vest seen in action in a surveillance photo. He's been freed on a $100 bond, described as retired in court filings. Vest and his wife own a $600,000 home in the Woodlands area of Houston.
So maybe he experienced my thing like I did at the grocery outlet, didn't know quite how to handle it, so I thought, well, maybe I'll just kind of spread the love.
Yeah. Not that kind of love.
Not that kind of love.
Two Ohio women propped up a man's corpse in their vehicle and withdrew money from the dead man's bank account before dropping the 80-year-old's body off at a hospital emergency room. Prosecutors learned that Farello, 55, and Casham, 63, with theft and gross abuse of a corpse, both felonies in conjunction with their alleged activities following the death of Douglas Lehman. According to police, the two women were not related to Lehman, but lived with him at his home outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Cashborn was reportedly Lehman's girlfriend for the past several years. Cops say that they both, with the help of a third individual, removed Lehman's body from the residence on Monday and placed the body in the front passenger seat of his car, then headed to a nearby bank drive-through window. The police then said that he had previously allowed the women to withdraw money from his account as long as he was accompanying them.
Weekend at Bernie's. All over again.
That's it, man.
That's pretty much it right there.
That was it. Bernie was not invited.
Prop me up beside the jukebox when I die.
Anyway, they've done this before. Rap Clayton shoes convictions for reckless assault, possession of drugs, criminal trespass, driving under the influence, attempted possession of drugs. She was arrested in 22 for possession of fentanyl. Casham was previously convicted for theft, solicitation, receiving stolen property, possession of drug paraphernalia, and attempted drug abuse.
Well, I wonder what his rap sheet looked like.
He was dead.
Well, yeah, but he must not have been such a fine, upstanding citizen hanging with those chicks.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious. Honey, when I'm gone, I want you to sit me in the passenger side and go get my money.
Get my money.
He told me to do it, officer.
And on another death note, a funeral home worker responsible for transporting dead bodies in Nebraska is suspended after having an intimate encounter with a life-sized sex doll he found in the apartment of a deceased person. Investigators say that Ryan Smith and a colleague were dispatched to a home in the Rock Creek Apartments in Omaha to collect the body of an individual who passed on. Near the body, on the bed, was a very real-life-sized sex doll. Now, did that sex doll kill that dude?
I all I can say is thank God he got arrested for the sex doll.
Police alleged that Smith subsequently called the property manager and claimed that the local sheriff had asked him to remove the sex doll to collect swabs for the biopsy. Smith's strange request was denied by the manager, who later returned to the apartment to discover that Smith was inside the unit, which had been locked with a deadbolt and chain. After Smith exited the home with his shirt untucked, his pants disarrayed, the property manager called the cops, who later busted Smith on a felony burglary charge. The post-arrest examination revealed the sex doll to be sticky, and it appeared that something had been rubbed in her inner thighs. A deputy collected the sex doll so it could have her processed for DNA. Smith was apparently fired from his job, according to the website, which specializes in removals, transportation, embalming, cremations, and ship-outs.
So many ways to go here, and just, trying to keep it at least a PG-13 rating on this, but so many ways to go here. And thank you for your discretion in your description.
I'm not going to read this whole story, but I'm just going to tell you this is not the way to do it. A 50-year-old man wore a pink with purple polka dot dress and a pink wig and sunglasses during a bank robbery. It netted him $1,500.
Don't be conspicuous.
Don't wear a pink, purple polka dotted dress to a bank robbery, especially if you're a man with a beard. The teller told FBI agents the robber tried to disguise his true voice by speaking in a very high-pitched, squeaky voice. It was difficult to decipher what he was saying. Give me all the money. Don't wear a pink polka dot dress to a bank robbery. Come on.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go inside the joint. Don't get noticed. Just mingle. Mix in with the people. Just, all right.
And finally, a Missouri man is facing felony theft charges for allegedly swiping 8 luxury vibrators from an adult toy store and then trying to fence them via Facebook. Christopher Booth was named yesterday in a felony complaint charging him with stealing the vibrators valued at $1,500 from a Hustler Hollywood outlet in Berkeley, a St. Louis suburb. The Purloin sex toys, which retail for $200 a piece, are manufactured by Lilo, a Swedish company that advertises itself as one of the world's leading designer brands for intimate lifestyle products. Good grief.
And look, if I'm with a woman that needs to spend $200 on
she does not need you.
She does, honey, I am not the man for you apparently, because you only spend $200 on a battery-operated boyfriend. Have at it, sweetheart. But
I can't compete with that.
I live in North Florida. Here's a brush handle.
It's kind of funny because never mind. I usually get the splintered end of an unlubricated stick.
New broom, honey?
Oh.
Gee, we are so horrible.
We are.
We are going to hell.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We just lost the 2 viewers.
Yeah. but they're gone laughing.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it is. It's like my grandfather. My grandfather was a preacher, and I remember I was like 9 years old, 10 years old. We go into a grocery store or some type of store, and he picks up a Playboy magazine just before they had them all wrapped up and everything. And he picks up, and here's my grandpa preacher going through one. That's just horrible. Just look at that. I cannot believe that they would let this out on the. And he looked at that all the time. That is just the most that sinful thing I've ever seen. Let me see, Grandpa. No, it's too sinful.
Well, it's like Grandma, the wife of the preacher, goes 2 counties over to buy her liquor.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to hang with us We will do this once a week and hopefully have it up every Friday morning or sometime Friday. If you like what you see, there's a little subscribe button under that little YouTube thing. Hit that button and give me a thumbs up. You can always send us an email as well. Tips are appreciated.
And encouraged.
You can Venmo. It's at Beach Bums Media, Bums with a Z. And our Cash App is the $sign Beach Bums Media. If you would like to talk to somebody about sponsoring the show, any segment of it, call 850-588-9275 and we will get somebody in touch with you. And we would love the opportunity to chat with you.
Now, just to let people know that are not familiar, I know you're familiar with podcasts, but people who are not familiar with how they operate and how they work. This does cost money. This isn't a matter of us just throwing a camera on ourselves, recording and throwing it up on YouTube. The equipment costs money. The internet access to the platforms that we provide the podcast to costs money. So this is a venture, a capital venture for us, and it is a for-profit venture. As long as we can do it as inexpensively and keep it free for you, we will do that for you, which is why we ask for sponsorships and tips. We do not want to charge a subscription. That's why we're going this direction.
No. Right now, this is just an expensive hobby.
And we also know, at this point we would not get subscriptions.
Yeah.
So that's
what an expensive hobby.
It gets us out of the house for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's right. At least we're in air conditioning.
Yes.
Be sure to Google us, Beach Bums with a Z Media, or In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. Give us that thumbs up and subscribe. And don't be afraid to share anything you see on any platform, Facebook, here at YouTube, or through any of the podcast platforms. Like I said, give us a call at 850-588-9275 if you would like to consider or want to talk to us about sponsorship. We would love the opportunity. And this is probably one of my best times of the day, the after the show party.
Yeah.
Which is going to start in 1 minute at Shark Sports Bar, South Place in Parker, Florida. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.